In today's video, we're diving into the market revolution, a period in the early 19th century when innovations in technology, manufacturing, and transportation reshaped the American economy and society. What began as simple household manufacturing during the colonial era exploded into a national transformation. In this video, we'll examine the roots of American industry, the pivotal inventions that accelerated growth, and the transformation networks that connected a young nation from coast to coast. Let's get started. In colonial America, household manufacturing was the norm. Under British rule, the colonists relied heavily on Britain for refined and manufactured goods. But with independence came a surge of nationalism and a desire for economic self sufficiency. State legislatures began offering bounties to individuals who could introduce British industrial methods and machinery to the American economy. One of the first to rise to this challenge was Samuel Slater, an English mechanic who secretly immigrated to the United States in 1789 with the workings of British factory technology memorized, since it was illegal to export such designs. In December of 1790, Slater opened the first successful American factory in Rhode Island. His efforts laid the foundation for a manufacturing boom. By 1815, the United States had 213 factories, a number boosted by the industrial demands of the War of 1812. Another visionary, Francis Cabot Lowell, took the next step. He smuggled the design for the power loom from British mills and developed a factory model that emphasized mass production and standardization. His Lowell Mills recruited young farm women to work and live in company owned dormitories, a model other factories would soon follow. By the 1820s, New England emerged as America's manufacturing center, powered by its fast flowing rivers. The market revolution, America's first industrial revolution, was in full swing. Technological breakthroughs were at the heart of the market revolution, touching everything from machinery and agriculture to communication. In 1801, Eli Whitney introduced the system of interchangeable parts for rifles. This allowed relatively unskilled workers to mass produce weapons quickly and cheaply. It also simplified repairs. Just swap out a broken part instead of rebuilding the whole item. This concept would eventually inspire the assembly line a century later. The sewing machine, invented by Elias Howe in 1846 and improved by Isaac Singer, revolutionized the clothing industry. The Howe Singer machine allowed for the mass production of ready to wear garments, transforming American fashion and industry alike. Eli Whitney also invented the cotton gin in 1793, and in just 10 days, he transformed Southern agriculture. The gin made it possible to clean 50 pounds of cotton per day, up from just one. This boosted cotton production from 3,000 bales in 1790 to 400,000 bales a year by the 1820s. As a result, cotton went from 7% of all U.S. exports in 1800 to 52% by 1840. The South's economy flourished, but it also tragically increased the demand for enslaved labor to work the expanding cotton plantations. In 1832, Samuel Morse developed the Morse code, a system of long and short electric bursts representing letters. This paired perfectly with the telegraph, which emerged in the 1830s. With wires zigzagging across the nation, messages could be sent in minutes instead of days. By 1860, the United States had 50,000 miles of telegraph wire, making communication faster and the economy more interconnected than ever before. The steam engine had been experimented with since 1804, and by 1820, John Stevens operated a locomotive on a circular track in New Jersey. But it was Robert Fulton's Clermont, launched in 1807, that proved steam powered transportation was viable. His steamship traveled upriver from New York City to Albany at 5 miles per hour, cutting travel time and cost dramatically. By 1830, 200 steamships were navigating the Mississippi River, and by 1840, freight entering New Orleans rose from 80,000 to 542,000 tons, thrusting the Northwest into the national market. The market revolution wasn't just about inventions, it was about connecting people, markets, and regions. In 1816, the United States had only about 100 miles of canals, but that changed with the Erie Canal. Spearheaded by Mayor DeWitt Clinton of New York, construction began in 1817. By 1825, the 363-mile canal connected the Hudson River to the Great Lakes. It was an enormous success. The $7 million cost was recovered in just a few years, and it brought prosperity to Western New York by opening up Eastern markets to Midwestern farmers. Inspired by the Erie Canal, 3,300 miles of canals were built within just 15 years. Canals would soon be eclipsed by railroads. In 1840, the United States had less than 3,000 miles of track. But by 1860, that number had exploded to over 27,000 miles, primarily in the Northeast. Congress supported this expansion by granting over 30 million acres of land to 11 states to assist in construction. Trains could move people and goods faster and farther than ever, reshaping American settlement and commerce. The government played a crucial role in promoting this revolution. The Old National Road, constructed between 1811 and 1837, was a 620-mile surfaced highway funded by the federal government. Both state and federal governments supported road, canal, and rail construction through public private partnerships. Protective tariffs passed in 1816, 1824, and 1828 shielded American businesses from British competition, helping U.S. industries grow and thrive. These investments in infrastructure and manufacturing not only linked the country internally, but also laid the groundwork for a globally competitive economy. As northern factories grew and southern cotton fueled textile mills, the United States began to emerge as an industrial and agricultural power. The market revolution was not just a technological shift, it was a transformation in how Americans lived, worked, and saw their future. The market revolution reshaped America from a collection of independent farms and workshops into an increasingly unified, interconnected economic force. From the steam engine to the cotton gin, from Morse code to the Erie Canal, this period sparked dramatic changes in how goods were made, moved, and marketed. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.